Welcome everyone. How are you today? It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Time for Stamping with Denise. So glad you could join me. Give me just a second here. We'll let some people get on, and we'll gonna share this. Okay. Can y'all believe it's the last Monday of August? I can't. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to get started here. Remember, please share my video. Give me your comments. Let me know, hi, Stephanie, what you think of the projects. I love doing this. I'm always looking for ideas. I kind of like to do technique stuff here because sometimes it's stuff that's hard to do in a class, but it's easier to demonstrate on a video. So those are, or more involved projects perhaps. So let me know what kind of things you like, what kind of things you might like to see. Hey, I think I saw on Facebook that it's National Dog Day, isn't it? So you can put your pictures of your dogs in the comments too. I'll put one of my Moxie up later. So she's been on the video a couple times when I've done my lives. So I miss you too, Stephanie. Hope to see you back at class soon. Last week I showed you the white washing technique. I think that's what it was called. You'll recall I made these pretty flowers. We heat embossed with the gold embossing, and then we did the whitewashing. So the winner from sharing my video last week is, and forgive me, I'm probably going to get your name wrong here. It's Luyan, Luyan, that's what I'm going to go with. You won this card from sharing for last week, so thank you. I'll send you a message so you can send me your address, and I'll get that out in the mail to you. So, oh, you guys might have noticed, if you watched my video last week, someone had commented I should put some of the gold thread on, and so I decided to do that. This isn't exactly the one that I did on the video, but I had bits and pieces. I had each step already done since they have to dry, and so I went in and put the gold thread on. This is a retired product, but I thought that looks kind of nice, so I'll send her out one of those. Okay, and last week I think I shared some swaps with you, and I've got some cards today I'm going to show you that I got to play with the Peacock suite of product. I forget the whole name of the suite, but oh my gosh, I am so in love with it. I really need to get it. So I'm going to put the phone up in the holder so we can get started. Please share my video, comment that you shared, and maybe you'll win tonight's project. So let me get this all set up here. I've been working with lighting a little bit, so hopefully maybe I'm getting here slowly but surely. Okay, so I was going to show you some of the Peacock cards I got to make this weekend. My upline and another demonstrator with a pretty large team, they had during celebration had done a little competition, and the team that had more in sales and recruiting would have to host the other team at a stamping day. So the team that I'm on won, yay. And so these were the cards that we made. We had a very nice lunch. We had some games. We made these 3 make and takes. This uses the, let me find the proper name of this suite of products. I really want it. I do not own it yet, but I really do want it. It is the Royal Peacock bundle. I tell you, these foils are gorgeous. There's this patterned here, this patterned foil here, and then I don't know, it's hard to tell, but this peacock is cut out of a patterned foil too. Just gorgeous. I think they're so pretty, and I love this coordinating ribbon. It's peacock on one side and the old olive on the other. I just think that they're gorgeous. Some people they're probably a little bit too fussy for, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Not a problem. But I just thought they were so pretty and I wanted to share, and I can't wait to put them on display for everyone to see. Okay, so today I am going to show you the acrylic block watercolor technique. At least that's what the person was who was demonstrating this technique. And I don't really have a complete card put together, but okay, this is what, you know, this is essentially what it's going to look like, and I've got the, you know, to put this on in a little bit. And I played with 3 different color combinations. I'll set this off to the side here for a second. These were ones I didn't particularly like as well, and it's one of those things, they're never going to be the same twice. So I did 3 color combinations. This one's got terracotta tile, petal pink, and rococo rose. This one has gorgeous grape, Highland heather, and purple posy. This one has pretty peacock, coastal cabana, and balmy blue. So I'll show you. These are some things I learned as I went along, and so I thought, well, I'll show it to you. We'll put a couple of the cards together. I've got the other ones made up with the other color combinations, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you first. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can, here's the ink that I have, the terracotta tile, rococo rose, and petal pink, although they're going to go in this order right here with the light one in the center. I think it looks better, it kind of frames it. You can do one of 2 things. You can either open it up, you know, the stamp pad, squeeze it, get a little ink in the lid, and put it on here, or you can use the re-inkers and put them on your acrylic block. This is our large block F. I use it all the time for a palette. For these 3 colors, I think I'm going to apply the re-inker directly to the block. What I did find out when I was working with the purples, the purple posy, Highland heather, and the gorgeous grape, with the gorgeous grape being the darkest color, it was almost too dark to put it right on to put the re-inker right on here, and I did better taking it out of the lid because it was a little less bold and overwhelming. So we'll play with these. I'll show you how it's done. And again, it's one of those things you can't be too awfully fussy with because it's never going to turn out the same twice. So, okay. And first thing I'm going to do, well, okay, you want to get your paper towel, you want to get your aqua painter. Oh, and I learned a tip. I had this aqua painter last week when I was getting ready for my Facebook Live. You know, I used an aqua painter, and I could not get any water to go through. It was like it was plugged up. So I did a little bit of research, and someone had suggested, well, if you're in an area with hard water, you might want to take this part off here and soak it in some vinegar. So I did overnight. I soaked it in a little bowl of vinegar, and next morning I filled this up with water, gave it a little pressure, and now it works. So if you have an aqua painter that gets plugged up, it's worth a try. The worst thing that happens is it doesn't work. Okay, so I am going to start out by just go ahead and wetting my block a little bit, okay? And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down another piece of scratch paper just as a little extra layer. There we go. So, I guess I'll start with the terracotta tile here, and I'm just going to put a drop of this re-inker right here. Whoops, well I guess we got two. And this, much like the one I showed you last week, needs to dry. You know, you'll have to, once you ink up your paper, it'll have to dry a little bit, okay? So that's why I've got some already put together. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna push that around. Now, because I went ahead and put water on my block, I didn't squeeze any more water out of my aqua painter, but I could. And then you just kind of, you know, push a little water through your aqua painter until it goes clear. Okay. This one is the Petal Pink. This is really light, so I will put two or three drops on that. And I found the lighter colors, you're better off using the re-inkers, definitely. Now, look at that. It looks orange. At first I thought I had the wrong ink when I did it. I just think it's a pink, a shade of pink that has a lot of orange in it. So, there you go. I promise it comes out pink. And then this is the terracotta tile, or no, this is the Rococo Rose. The terracotta tile was the first one. And this one I'm gonna just do one drop for right now. You can always add more. And you know, this is fun. You can always, you know, go back and add more. It's kind of hard to take away. So, okay, I've got it spread around there pretty well. So, and really you can do just about any color combination you want to. You could, so I like to take a piece of, this is Whisper White, and it's just a quarter of one of the full sheets of paper, okay? And I'll just put it on here. I actually like my paper when I'm doing a technique like this to be a little bit bigger. Then that way I can kind of trim off the edges if there's something I don't like, and pick a part that I like. So, you know, I'd be trimming off the sides. I could trim off a little bit of, you know, the parts I don't like. So this has to set to the side and dry before we can use it. But you can see everyone is going to be a little bit different. But that's really all there is to that. That's really all there is. But I think we'll go ahead and do, I've got another piece of paper over here. We'll go ahead and do the purples. So let me clean up super easy. I just, you know, wipe this up like this. Depending how messy you are, you might want an apron. Okay, let me set those out of the way. And again, remember I said on this gorgeous grape, I found that it was too dark if I got it out of the drop of re-inker, so I'm going to use it out of my ink pad. But then I've got my Highland Heather and my purple Posy. And this ink apparently is supposed to be in soon. You know, they had pulled it back because of quality issues. So I was one of the few that got some. Those of us that went on stage back in April had the opportunity to order it, and maybe it was available for just a few days, and then they said, you know, they had to pull it back because of quality. Some is good, some isn't good. Mine seems to be okay, so I though appreciate that Stampin' Up! Tries to make sure we have good quality products, and I'd rather them, you know, take a little extra time if need be. Okay, that was the gorgeous grape. This is the Highland Heather. Again, not too much extra water because I sprayed my block, but if you don't spray your block first, then you might want to put the extra water out of the aqua painter. Mostly I use the aqua painter for cleaning out the brush in between colors. Of course, if you're going from darker to lighter, or no, if you're going from lighter to darker, if you're in the same family, it's probably not so much of an issue. And again, that's purple Posy. I'm going to put that lid on that before I make a mess. So I'm gonna put, I put the wrong lid on the wrong one. Not good. That's why I should only take one lid off at a time, right? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna spread this one out. I'm gonna put another drop of that purple Posy. Let's see how this comes out. Okay, now spread that around a little bit. Okay, now this piece of paper I have is actually just a spare piece of Whisper White that I had. That was a I used the stitched rectangle framelits on. So I'm gonna put it, actually I'm gonna put it down a little bit so it's not so much on the darker purple and it's more on the light purple. So this one I probably wouldn't cut down because it's probably the shape I wanted it. But if you, let's see. Well, that looks weird. But that's okay. You know, when it dries, you just don't know how it's gonna look. They're all just a little bit different. So really, it's really not hard. It's a little bit messy, but not too messy. Not like some of the other techniques we've done, like things like the shaving cream technique. Have you all done that? It's fun. It's like being in preschool and getting to play and stuff. So I'm going to show you the ones that I worked on. Let me put this over here. Okay, so again, like I said, this was the Peacock, Coastal Cabana, and Balmy Blue. And this Hello There stamp came out of this, oh, I'm used to turning it around for you guys, I'm sorry, and I've reoriented my camera, so. It's from the I Say Hello stamp set. I really do like this cute little stamp set. I'm excited to work with it some more, but I wanted to pull this sentiment out. So, where did my dimensionals go? So one of the nice things about this too is, you know, especially if you have something larger going on it, and maybe there's an area you don't particularly like on it, you could kind of cover it up. Like I could put this more up here, like that, more in the middle. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference, really. So I'm gonna put some dimensionals on here. We're gonna go ahead and put my other ones together too, real quick. Those of you that joined late, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to comment, share my video. You might win one of the cards from tonight. And tell me which color combination you like. I'm always interested to know what color combinations people like. We have so many great colors, or Stampin' Up! Does, that sometimes it's hard to choose. Okay. So that's my greens. Here's my purples. Okay. So, and this was one that was larger, and I cut it down. So we are going to, they're all basically the same card, just in different colors, and I've got some ribbons I'm going to put on these next two here. So when you have something that is wet and has to dry, it helps you a lot if you dry, you know, weigh it down when you're trying to dry it so that it'll lay flat, because, you know, obviously wet paper wants to curl. I had put this under a couple of punches last night, so they're nice and flat. So I'm gonna put this, look at that, how pretty that is. That's Purple Posy and Highland Heather. So I used the two lighter purple shades. This is Highland Heather too. And you know, to save a little bit of cardstock, if you want to, you could cut your smaller pieces out of the larger pieces before you attach them, because no one would ever know. Once you attach it to your card, it's hidden. I'll show you what I mean on the next card before I put it all together. So we're gonna put that there. And I have some of this gorgeous grape ribbon. This is the mini striped ribbon. We're gonna take a little bit of that, I think. Where are my scissors here? Okay. Let's see how much. I don't think I'm gonna need. How wide is that? Yeah, okay. More than I thought. I can always trim it off. Let me get my glue dots. Glue dots are my favorite when I'm adhering ribbon. And again, I could put this just about anywhere out, any place I wanted to, but I think I'm gonna put it in the middle. Cause you know, I don't really like this spot, but once I put that down, it's not gonna be quite as noticeable. So I'm going to, let's start here. I'm gonna put some glue dots on my ribbon. Whoops. Okay, where are my, I'm gonna put that like that. There we go. Get another glue dot here. Kind of put that like, that might be a little bit longer than I wanted it. How's that go? Ah, perfect. Okay. I'm going to attach this with the dimensionals first, and then I'll trim off my ribbon. There's always those people out there that are die-hard purple lovers, so great kind of simple card to brighten someone's day. I'm thinking of you, kind of. Let's see, about like that. That looks good. You can trim this ribbon up here. Here we go. Card, purple card, blue card, blue-green card. I don't know. Do you call that blue? Do you call that green? I don't know. I think they're more greens. Okay, and lastly, we're going to do, let me put this over here, the one that was in the pinks. This was the Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, and Petal Pink. Okay, I had to stop and look at it. So what I was saying earlier, of course this doesn't work because they're different colors, but if this had been Rococo Rose, you could cut it, you could die cut it right out of the center here, and then when you adhere this and put this on here, no one's going to ever know that you didn't have a piece of, that you have a big hole there. So this one, I'm also going to put some ribbon on. I'm going to do it just a little bit differently. I'm going to put it around this piece. So I want to adhere this base. And I just love, I think this is Smoky Slate. Yeah, I think this is Smoky Slate. I'll have to double check on the color shade of gray. I just like grays and pinks together. So this is the Rococo. Is this the Rococo? Yeah, Rococo Rose ribbon. New in this catalog. I just think this is gorgeous. So I'm going to put that right across the center like that. Where'd my glue dots go? So, again, I still think that the glue dots are the best way to adhere the ribbon. Hey, next Monday is Labor Day. I am not sure if I'm going to have a live that day or not. I have to check with my husband. We've got some plans, and I don't know if I'm going to be online or not. But I will, you know, my little messages go up early in the day, so you'll know for sure. And if not, then I'll be back. If I'm not here next Monday, I'll be right back here the following Monday, okay? And I would love to get some ideas of if there's a technique or something. Stamp set if I have it. There we go. And we'll put some more dimensionals on this. Just the top and the bottom. Yep. So I always like to make, you guys have seen me do it before, make my own designer series paper. That's essentially what I'm doing here. I'm making my own background paper. So, there we go. I like the pink and the gray together. Okay, so there we go. That was the acrylic, I gotta double check. Acrylic block watercolor technique. So I hope that you liked this. Please share it with your friends, comment that you shared, and maybe you'll be the lucky winner of one or maybe even all of these cards. Who knows? We'll have to see what kind of mood I'm in. And I'll let you guys watch my page. Make sure, or to see if I'm going to be here next Monday or not. And if I'm not here next Monday, I will definitely be here the following Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'd love to hear your comments, questions, suggestions, things like that. Thank you all so much for joining me, and have a great last week of August, and hope to see you all in classes real soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye now.